I hope you all have learnt the Laplace transformation of 8 standard functions. Okay. Now we are going to learn inverse Laplace transformation. This is the definition of inverse Laplace transformation. If L of f of t equal to f of s, then L inverse of f of s equal to f of t. That is L inverse of f of s equal to f of t. Okay. Now we'll see some simple problems. Okay. You know that Laplace transformation of 1 is what? It is 1 by s. Laplace transformation of 1 is 1 by s. Okay. And then also you know that Laplace transformation of e power at is 1 by s minus a. Laplace transformation of 1 by e power minus at is equal to 1 by s plus a. And also Laplace transformation of sin at is equal to a by s square plus a square. Laplace transformation of cos at is equal to s by s by s square plus a square. And Laplace transformation of cos h at is equal to s divided by s square minus a square. And also Laplace transformation of sin h at is equal to a by s square minus a square. We learned this already. From this one, how we are going to get L inverse of those functions? So let's see that now. L inverse of, okay, L inverse of 1 by s will be 1 by L inverse of 1 by s is equal to just 1. Okay, this is only the f of t. So when you are applying L inverse on this resultant function, you will get the original function, that is 1. Okay, then L inverse of this 1 by s minus a is going to be e power plus at. The same way L inverse of 1 by s plus a is going to be e power minus at, and L inverse of a by s square plus a square is equal to sin at. Then L inverse of s by s square plus a square is equal to, it is cos at. Okay, and then the same way L inverse of s by s square minus a square is equal to cos h at. Then L inverse of a divided by s square minus a square is equal to sin h at. Using this one, let's see some more problems. L inverse of this one. Okay, let's see those things. L inverse of 1 by s minus 2. Will it be what? You see, s minus a, this is in the form of s minus a. So we are going to use that exponential function. Original function is going to be what? Exponential function. This so e power. Here we are having minus 2. So here you should have plus t. Okay, plus 2t. That's all. Okay. Then 1 by s plus 3 will be what? It is also an exponential function. Here we are having plus. Here you should have minus in the original function. That's all. Suppose the function is like this. So that is s square plus some 4 square. Okay. Then what is this going to be? If you are having s in the numerator, it is going to be cos. Okay. But we are having constant, no? And also the, you know that by seeing this term we can see here, no? This is a. Okay. So we need a. If you are having a here, then it is going to be sine function. Okay. So we should multiply and divide that term. So now this will be what? It is 1 by 4 into 4 divided by s square plus 4 square. Using linear property, you just take that 1 by 4 outside. It will be 4 by s square plus 4 square. Now this is look like what? A by s square plus a square. So this is nothing but what? Sin at. That is 1 by 4 into sin at. What is we are having in the place of a? It is 4. So it is sin 4t. That's all. Okay. And then suppose if the function is like this. There is L inverse of s divided by s square minus 3 square. You see, by seeing the denominator term, we can completely come to an understanding that this is going to be the hyperbolic function. So this is equal to what? It is cos h at, because we are having s in the numerator and we are having minus in the denominator, and in the place of a we are having 3. So this is cos h 3t. Okay, in the place of a we are having 3. So it is cos h 80. That's all. Okay. And then suppose if you are having this one, L inverse of 1 by S will be what? Just 1, that's all, okay. And then suppose if you are having this term, instead of having 1 by S, if you are having L inverse of 1 by some S cube, okay. You see what is going to happen here? If you are having greater than 1, definitely it should be an Laplace transformation of algebraic function, that is t power n only will come there, okay. In that one, definitely you should have what? That is, you should write, first you should write that in the form of n plus 1 s power. I am going to write this 3 as 2 plus 1, that is only I told us that n plus 1 form, okay. Now you see in the place of n we are having 2. So if I wrote this one in the form of, that is n factorial divided by s power n plus 1, then I can write this one as t power n, okay. But simply I cannot write this 2 factorial, no. So I should I should maintain this equality, no. So I should multiply that 2 factorial in the denominator also. Now by using linear property, I can take this 1 by 2 factorial outside, and the rest of the term will be what now? 2 factorial divided by s power 2 plus 1. Now this is nothing but n factorial divided by s power n plus 1. So this is equal to now t power 2. That's all.